Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is Thunder Ducky, and I got more Mr. Beast news. Now, just when you thought that everything was done, everything was finalized, there couldn't be any more crazy, ladies and gentlemen. We had a leak. Now, this was a leak a few weeks ago at this point, maybe a little bit sooner than that, of an email from Mr. Beast to his team. Now, there is rumor, or speculation, however you want to put it, that this email was released by Jimmy, aka Mr. Beast, as a HR, PR maneuver to get people off of his back. Now, one thing I would like to note is that this is currently just rumor, that this was just a leak to negate his pure... what's the word I'm looking for? His pure guilt in knowing that Kris Tyson was doing all this shit behind his back, or he was doing all this shit and Mr. Beast knew absolutely everything about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I hop into this email, which I will be reading to you word for word, and then I will also be posting it, maybe just a little snippet because it is a long email. I'll post it when you see it pop up. Make sure you're pausing your screen so you can read it. But ladies and gentlemen, before I hop into reading it, make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing, turning on the bell notification so you know whenever I put up a video or do a live stream. Share the channel out with some friends or some family, and let's hop into this motherfucking email. So, important company update. Company confidential, do not distribute. Which is where the idea that it was leaked came from. So it starts with, Dear Team Beast, I wanted to update all of you on the recent concerns that have been raised online and in the press. Mostly online, not really the press. As I mentioned in my tweet a couple of weeks ago, we've hired Quinn Emanuel, a top-tier law firm, to do a full investigation of the Kris, not Ava, Kris Tyson allegations. We also asked them to expand the scope to include a full assessment of our internal culture and to investigate allegations of inappropriate behavior by people in the company. While the process is not complete, I have enough preliminary information at this point that I am announcing several changes today. As your leader, I take responsibility, and I am committed to continue to improve and evolve my leadership skills. While I have been mostly focused on creating content, launching festivals, building our community, and leading our philanthropic efforts, I recognize that I also need to create a culture that makes all our employees feel safe and allows them to do their best work. Now, this whole thing at no point was the safety of your people in question. It was the safety of your fan base. At no point while I was going through every video I've done, every bit of evidence I've done, was any of your people up for attack or whatever. The only person, legitimately speaking, was Kris Tyson because of his leaked evidence of his inappropriate connections with children. So understandably and honestly, it should have happened. He got called out for it and people started making videos just like myself. Side Scrollers, Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic. I don't know if Nerdrotic did. But you got people making videos nonetheless. He needed called out for it. So stop trying to protect your people when you have to protect your fan base, which is your bread and butter. That's what I got to say for that so far. And we're about a third through this email already. Therefore, along with Jeff Hausenbold, however you say his last name, our new president and COO, we will be hiring a new Chief Human Resources Officer, Chief Financial Officer, and General Counsel, along with other roles to add capacity and competencies to foster a better internal culture as we continue to grow. Now, he kind of has a little list. It's like 5 parts where he kind of sets it up. He says, to start off, we will be hiring a new Chief Human Resources Officer, which he already stated. We will be bringing in a seasoned leader to help us build a more inclusive environment and a world-class HR team. Now, Mr. Beast, when you say inclusive environment, what exactly do you mean? Because if we're looking at the argument of the woke or the left, the mind-lost demographic, people attracted to children is inclusive. You had MAPS, minor attracted persons, and you had the P being added to the LGBTQIA plus elemental P. So what exactly do you mean by inclusive? I don't think inclusivity is a necessary standpoint when you're trying to out child predators. Number 2, he says mandatory training. We are implementing mandatory training sessions on safety, sexual harassment, LGBTQ, diversity-sensitive training, and workplace conduct for all employees. Why does the LGBTQ, diversity-sensitivity training, and workplace conduct even matter? Because none of that stuff necessarily... Look, we're not looking at this at your brand, Jimmy. We're not looking at your brand necessarily, except for the fact that you hid behind this for so long. We're looking at his effects to the children. The children's the problem, not your brand. Stop focusing on your brand. Start focusing on your audience. Number 3 says, listening... I haven't even finished reading this yet. This is literally my first time reading this. It says listening sections. What does this mean? Jeff, whoever the fuck that is, will be holding listening sessions across the company to hear directly from employees about their experiences and ideas for improvement, because that's going to help shit. 4. Anonymous reporting. We are establishing an anonymous reporting mechanism to ensure everyone feels safe coming forward with concerns. How do you have, like, the biggest fucking company / brand on YouTube and you don't have an open door policy with some anonymous reporting? How do you not fucking have that? 5. External review. We have engaged an independent firm, more than likely this Quinn Emanuel or whatever, to conduct a thorough review of our policies and practices and implement changes. So you hired someone outside your company to change your company, which you hope is the better for your company. That just sounds like Mr. Beast is trying to take a step back to not get some blame on himself, because he's not the one in control. He's letting this third party take over. I want to let you know I am optimistic about the company's future and I appreciate all your contributions. We are seeing many examples of your hard work as we recently became the first channel to surpass 300 million YouTube subscribers. Our last 2 main channel videos were our fastest growing in the history of the company, and our philanthropic, or however you pronounce that word, work continues to positively impact our community and our planet. In summary, I am fully committed to seeing the investigative process through and acting on the recommendations. We will circle back and share our learnings and any necessary changes. Thank you for your continued teamwork and dedication to our mission and our community. If you have any questions, comments, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or Jeff directly, Jimmy. This all sounds like cope. This all to me sounds like he's hiding from the fact, doesn't want to take the blame of allowing Kris Tyson to remain within his company and target his audience. And the fact that there's rumor that his PR company or associates said that the best course of action for him in this current time is to leak this email. Again, purely just rumor. I haven't seen anything to suggest that it's actuality. Makes this extraordinarily disgusting because he's not worried about what Kris Tyson did. He's not worried about what this Delaware person did. He's not worried about the kids that were affected through his brand, because obviously it's through his brand, because his brand is tainted by Delaware and Kris Tyson. That he's more worried about his name and his company than he is the people that sign his checks, the people that provides him with the money he gets. Because if he didn't have the fan base that he has currently, he wouldn't have Amazon deals, he wouldn't have Feastables, he wouldn't have what's that Mr. Beast box or whatever it's called when you order food on DoorDash or whatever. He wouldn't have all that without the fan base that he currently has, and he obviously doesn't give a shit about them. As a matter of fact, he doesn't give so much a shit about you if you are a Mr. Beast fan that he said he's not going to come out and completely express his opinions or come at facts or with evidence to any of this until the person calling him out has finished supplying information. Why the fuck would you do that? If I had something come out against me that was as heinous as this, I would be arguing each and every point every single fucking day if it wasn't true. The fact that he's willing to wait and see what he has to make his script for indicates to me only further that he's guilty. Maybe not necessarily the same thing that Kris Tyson's guilty of, but allowing it to happen and willing to hide behind corporate bullshit when he should just come out and state that he had nothing to do with it, didn't know about it. I mean, can't believe him at this point. But some kind of statement, something. But no, he's released a couple of videos, and those dislikes have been ridiculous. Not to mention the fact that there's some evidence out there that he's deleting negative comments on his videos. Because what was the update for the last one? There was like 930,000 likes to about 400 to 500,000 dislikes. And you're telling me out of that many people there wasn't one negative comment? One. And if you go through the comments list on those videos, you won't see any. He's trying to hide, ladies and gentlemen. I will keep calling him out. I want you to keep calling him out. Fuck him, fuck the company. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think of this whole situation? It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. It's modern day.